Hello, Scott Rosado with Gigbuilder.com. This is episode number 112. We're going to go over venues. Venues are somewhere where you work. Pretty simple as that. There are a number of ways of making venues in Gigbuilder. The first one is you can go through resources and venue. So we can create it right from there where this says create, resources, venue. Or we could go down to the schedule. We can look under resources. We can look under venues, go to all venues, and all your venues should be here. If you've started with us from the beginning of this series, you won't have any venues yet, so we're going to start with our first one. At this point here, we're just going to click New to create a new venue, and here we go. First thing you'll notice on here is Quick Add. This will use Google My Business and try to find venues that you're interested in. So for our case here, we're going to do the Cannon Club, which is located nearby. Cannon Club. There it is, and there it is. So I'll pull that up, and notice it brings all the information in that it can. So grab the name, the address, the city, stuff like that. Now this little question mark here will go out to Foursquare and try and find more information. And sure enough, we have the Cannon Club here. So I'll hit insert venue, and that ended up bringing in also the phone number. So we got a little more information. So you fill this information out here, which is your venue name, your type of venue, which could be reception hall, park, etc. A lot of options here. And you can fill in the primary email, phone numbers, additional numbers, and the website if you've got it. So you get all that information placed in there. Restrictions on there. Restrictions you can add on Gigbuilder setup, so you can determine what kind of restrictions that the venue does not allow or whatever you want to do on that. We'll just leave that at none for now. Notes, it's a place where you can type in anything you basically want about the venue, something you may want to remember. Parking is in the rear. Use the service elevator, or whatever you'd want to put on there. So that's on the first tab. Your second tab is more of your details for your venue. We're going to go to some fees and travel. So we've got an estimated setup and breakdown time. This would be for the venue itself, so it would be above and beyond your equipment or your setup. So there's a lot of ways of doing these estimations, and that'll be in a further video. But specifically, what does it normally take you to get from your vehicle all your equipment up into the necessary ballroom or whatever, and what does it take to get it all back down? So it's just moving time between that setup's going to be different. So you can set those in here. You can set a physical distance from the office. This can be used for some things like figuring mileage and helping out with timing, how long it's going to take you to get there. For example, this place here is 12.5 miles from me, and it does take about 25 minutes to get there. So that helps me out there. There's a travel fee to that, and that is normally, our travel fees are normally concerned with tolls, parking, etc. You may have some setup fees as well, and you can put these in here as well. I'm not going to use them, but you can put any amount that you want in there. Miscellaneous details, do they require insurance? Nice to know ahead of time. Can you send the venue emails? Yes, you can. Can our client select it from the drop down when they check a date? Some of these you may want not to use. For example, if you're going to use a client's backyard or something, you probably don't want anybody else choosing that as a venue. Venue management, that is beyond the scope of this basic video, so you're just going to ignore this right now. And the location map will show where it is based upon the address which we entered in the general tab. Next tab up is people. These will be the contacts at the venue. Many venues just have one, but you could have additional ones. We'll show you where those show up when we build into the event worksheets. It's nice to know everybody there. Section for games, if you're going to be using Gigbuilder games. The first section is for an inquiry, which actually turns this venue into a client. And so this allows you to determine if that particular venue may work or may not work for games, and that will be gone over a lot more when we use games. So you can go ahead and ignore this section for now, and we'll go down to connectivity, which we can all use. So what's the public Wi-Fi SSID? Do they have a private one? What are the IDs? What are the passwords? Nice to know ahead of time. Then your Wi-Fi availability, cell phone limitations, what the house audio may be and house video may be. Again, these are good to know ahead of time going in. They have specific reasons for games, but we can all use them for any kind of streaming DJ who want to know what the limitations are inside that venue. Game code, same thing. You can ignore this right now. It is all with Gigbuilder Games. And when we go through a Gigbuilder Games video, we'll go through and do this. So right now, just ignore this and do not use it. Next section down is rooms. And you'll see rooms and events once this venue is created. So you see all the events that are at this venue, and you'll see all the rooms. And again, we'll see that later. So we're done with all this. We've got our venue in there. We've got our Cannon Club ready to go. All we have to do is hit save. Gigbuilder will generate it and now build that in here. So now I've got Cannon Club. I can open that up. And now that I have this in stock and up and going, I can do a few more things. For example, now I can add rooms. And you could just click that by clicking add room. You type in the information as far as the room goes, and you go ahead and save your changes. You can also upload a picture. So again, you can't do this until the event is saved, or sorry, the venue is saved and reopened. So you click that to order a picture. We can upload from the internet, which is really like the easiest way to do this. So we're going to come in here. I'm going to come into Google, and I'm going to type in Cannon Club. And here we go. There we go. See photos. I've got the photos here. I like this photo here. I'll right-click that. Open it in a new tab. I'll open it in a new tab. Now I've got the photo. I'll Control-C to copy it. I'll come back in here, and I'll paste it here, and I'll hit upload. And within a minute or so, sometimes a little less, there's your image. I'll go ahead and save this. And now I have my full venue ready to roll and ready to set for Gigbuilder. So there you go, and we're on to the next video.